Hey y'all, Jay Wilson from Onyx reporting here. Coming back at you with setting a default budget in your finance cubes. You ever have that thing where you're building a report and using the Standard Jet project and you forget there's little gotchas to how it works and then nothing looks like you think it should? So I think working with budgets, especially if you keep multiple budgets in NAV, can be a prime example of this. Let's say you're throwing a quick report together and you say, oh, I want to see budget, variance, and amount broken out by GL account. Okay. Now, let's ignore the ones that are very, obviously not important to us, but you look at this and for whatever reason you say, oh my gosh, this budget number is completely wrong. For whatever reason. And you're thinking, God, why is this number so off? And you forgot that you can have multiple budgets in NAV. Let me find the budget dimension and throw in our budget name here. Right? You can have multiple budgets, and if you're looking at the transactions for a year or a month, and you're combining budgets and you forget to filter, right? This can cause problems. So then we're thinking to ourselves, gosh, shouldn't it be possible to just define a default budget? And it's actually relatively easy. One of the pieces of information you need to know is how do you identify a budget? What is the name of the budget? So I can go here into my budget dimension and I can right click and I can browse the dimension. Where is it? Where's my button? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry, let me scroll down. I can go down here to budget name. I can right click and I can browse the dimension. I can see, okay, here are the budget names, but the budget name is not necessarily the ID for the budget. For that, you should probably look in the budget table in the data warehouse or in NAV and figure out what your budget name is. So in my data warehouse, the name of a budget is just 2015 or 2016. Okay. And for now, let's assume that I always want my default budget to be 2016. So what I'll do is, in my budget dimension, I'll edit the key level, and here under Advanced, I'm going to set the default member. Now, the default member will be the name of the dimension level that you want and the key value. So I know I need to use the budget name dimension, and then I need the budget name dimension level or key level, and then the value is 2016. Okay, I know this can look a little arcane. I've got square brackets around the dimension, dot square brackets around the dimension level, and then dot ampersand square brackets around the key value to define the default member. Okay. I'm just going to deploy and execute just the budget dimension to deploy and execute the change for the default member. And then I'm going to deploy and execute the finance cube. And hopefully I did it all right. Okay. And if I go into my pivot table and press refresh, nothing really outwardly appears to happen. Notice the grand total for all budgets is 4,250. Now what happens if I don't slice by budget? If I just take it out of my pivot table? Now the budget is 34,180. Because I'm not explicitly filtering on a budget name, it's using the default budget, which is 2016, which is exactly what I put in. Again, when I take out budget name, when I don't filter by budget name, it assumes that I want to use the default filter, which is exactly what I want. So when I go into make a new pivot table and I filter by GL account number, you know, whatever, I get down to the bottom, it says, oh, you probably wanted to use the 2016 budget. If I want to see a different budget, and if I explicitly put in my filters here, oh, just kidding, use the 2015 budget, I can do that. I can change the budget value. But if I don't apply any filters, so if I put in the all budget, and then take out the budget, whoop, take it out, then it just uses the default. So that's the end of the presentation. We were taking a look at setting a default budget, or what it really is doing is we're setting a default member in our SSAS dimensions. And again, all we did here in the Jet Data Manager is we went down into the budgets, we edited the key level, and then here under Advanced, we set the default member. In real life, if it was me, you know, because obviously you don't want to set the default budget as 2015, 2016, 2017, or what have you, I might use some sort of a case statement or an if statement to identify the default member in the table. I might add a column here called the default member name or something along those lines. But in any event, that's setting a default member in SSAS dimensions. My name is Jay Wilson. You can find me at jae@onyxreporting.com. Thanks so much. I'll catch you guys later. Cheers. Bye.